Suit yourself. Looks like an airport back there.
Alright, let's see now. There we go. There's a super mutant brood right there. And him and his brutish behavior shall be his downfall. His leg's crippled. That's a super mutant brood just charging at me. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No, don't shoot fire at me. B button, why aren't you working? Quickly, Annabelle, save my ass. Got him. That's a lot more what? A lot more just appeared on the map. Oh no.
Good thing you saved.
Well, I can snipe them from afar with my missile launcher. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but I swear. I don't know what happened to the Nightkin Master. Quickly. Missile! Rifle! Beep Boop's doing his job well. You do well. You do well. You know what's funny? I haven't even gotten the upgrade for Beep Boop yet.
What upgrade?
I can give Beep Boop either more defense or a better attack.
Nice.
I always go with the defense, though. Because it gets you in with another faction earlier.
Oh.
Alright, I did it. Oh my god, where did you come from?
The shadows.
Yeah, you'll see when that thing pops up.
The one that came in right behind you with the tentacle tongues.
Yep, that's a centaur. That's an evolved centaur, actually.
Looks like something on a Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, that's what happens when FEV virus rejects its host. That was human once. I still don't know what happened to the Nightkin Master. That's a Nightkin sniper. That's a Nightkin. Alright, so what we do, we come in here. There is something special in particular in here. Where is it? One, there's a Nuka-Cola victory, so we'll take that. There's a Mr. Handy. A broken Mr. Handy. So Tabitha is actually friends with this Mr. Handy. The whole reason why she's doing this, she's trying to lure people to come to fix her Mr. Handy. The fact that, you know, she kind of kills everyone, that's the other super mutants. So, the robot lies the nerd on the table, giving no indication of having worked recently or ever. A nameplate on part of the surface is scratched and mostly faded, but you can still make out a faint word, Rhonda. So, let's check out the robot's circuitry. You quickly ascertain the robot's current AI state is set to hibernate, likely a self-defense mechanism after the unit suffered catastrophic damage. Whoever repaired it probably didn't know how to reset the AI. After flipping the right switch, the robot jumps to life.
Hello. Could you please direct me to Mistress Tabitha?
Sure, follow me.
Thank you very much. My internal clock says it's been 6 years, 52 days, 40 minutes, and 13 seconds since I last spoke to her. I hope she hasn't gotten lonely.
Alright, so let us go and give Tabitha this Rhonda.
Rhonda?
This is Tabitha.
Is that you?
It is Mistress Tabitha. How I've missed you, sir. This
When you said that on
strange
my
lady
end, you were
seems to be a
standing
friend.
near the
Is she a friend of yours?
lady with the cone on her head.
I don't know how to thank you for bringing Rhonda back to me, stranger. Here, take this. I won't be needing it anymore.
What will you do now?
I don't know. It's been so long since I lost Rhonda that I'm not sure.
Mistress Tabitha, we should be heading. Our journey has been much delayed, but we can catch up if we hurry. Come along now.
Yes, Rhonda.
And you gain good karma for getting Tabitha reunited with Rhonda. And that actually affects the ending of the game. Basically, if Tabitha and Rhonda are reunited and Tabitha is not killed, there's a little fun ending where it's like Tabitha and Rhonda continued on their journey and eventually the stories were made into children's storybooks.
Cute.
Yep. But, not to dawdle, there's a reason why we came here after all, and that's for a companion. That companion is actually inside of this area over here that I didn't go into this building because I wanted to get all the super mutants off my back. This is the prison building. Inside the prison, there is a computer that is very hard, but also a terminal. I need to hack this. Oh dear God. Wait, no. I think that there is a key that I can get. Okay, I got scared for a second, so I'm going to save right now. The game just froze up.
Oh, great. You've caught my glitch.
So I ain't dealing with that. Nope. No sirree, Bob. So do not touch any of the computer equipment inside here. You can turn off Tabitha's thing, but we don't want to do that yet. What we need to do, there's a rock back here. Tabitha's room key. This should be the one that I need. If not, then I do need to come back here with a science magazine to show off the new companion I'm trying to get. Nope, I am going to need to use a very hard terminal, so I need a science skill of 100. Alright, what can I do to do that? Do I have a science magazine? I hope I do, otherwise I just wasted my entire goddamn time until I get that science magazine.
That's not true. You reunited a woman with her best friend.
This is very true. Alright, I do have a science magazine, so I'm going to save just in case I lose it. I know I'm saving like a lot of times on Black Mountain, but hey.
Trust me, I get it.
Right. Right. Let us do this. I need my ghoul named Raul. Alright, is there any other ones I can do? Maybe that one. Yes, allowance replenished. Got it. Disengage lock. Open up this door. Ladies and gentlemen, meet The man, the myth, the legend. Raul.
Took you long enough, so can I go now?
It's okay by me. Enjoy your freedom.
Alrighty then. I'll just head out, alone, by myself, into the dangerous waste.
Actually, you want to tag along with me?
Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
So, Raul has given you the regular maintenance perk. Now, I forget what that perk does. Regular maintenance. While Raul's companion, the condition of weapon and armor decays more slowly. Oh my god! How have I never actually paid attention to that perk? Alright, so we have a new companion with us, a new friend to meet, a new person to learn of his past. Why don't we talk to him?
I'm sure pissing off a ruthless warlord with a tribe of fanatically devoted warriors was a good move. How could it not be? It was your idea.
I love Raul. He's so sarcastic. It's great. So, tell me about yourself, Raul.
Sure, boss. What do you want to know?
Who are you?
You forget about me already, boss? You sure you didn't take a blow to the head or something? My name is Raul Alfonso Tejada.
And why does your jumpsuit say Miguel?
Probably because it used to be Miguel's.
I wanted to ask you something more about yourself.
I'm an open book, boss. Granted, the book's in Spanish and some of the pages have fallen out, but I'm an open book.
Where are you from?
I was born just outside Mexico City. My family had a little ranch there.
How old are you?
Old enough to know better, boss. Old enough to know better.
What's Petro Chico?
You never heard of Petro Chico? Un amigo de Poseidon Energy. Of course not. They were an oil company in Mexico back before the war.
How'd you end up in Black Mountain?
Well, boss, when a giant, insane super mutant asks you to stay put, you do what you're told. Well, maybe you don't. But I'm just a broke-down old man.
But how did Tabitha find you in the first place?
It's stupid, boss. I used to listen to the radio broadcast, just to pass the time. Well, one day the signal stopped, so I figured I'd try to find a transmitter. I'm a pretty good repairman. Or I was before my eyes started to go. Anyway, I found Black Mountain and offered my service. But Tabitha decided I was useful enough to keep around. Permanently.
Alright, how can I make best use of your skills?
I'm not much use besides being a portable encyclopedia, really. I guess you could use me as a packed vomit. But my knees aren't so good anymore.
I don't believe that. You must have some skill.
That's nice of you to say, boss. But I'm an old man. Not much use to anybody anymore. Time was. I was a pretty good shot with a pistol. I guess I'm still half decent. These old bones aren't much use in hand-to-hand fighting, though. I can also do maintenance work on your stuff. I don't have the supplies for a real repair job. But I can keep your gear working longer.
Lots of older people are still useful to their friends and communities.
Yeah, maybe you can introduce them to me. If we find them. Because I've never met one.
Alright? So, if you couldn't tell, Raul here is, kind of self-doubting. He's me when I'm gonna be old.
He is old Nero.
He is old Nero. Even with the pencil mustache. Because I do have that. I don't know what it is with my people and pencil mustaches.
Just the way the hair grows in, I guess.
I guess, but it's a very common stereotype that turns out being true. But either way, the main thing we need to do with Raul is Raul here needs to see some people that are older that would be able to, like, you know, reinvigorate him. And then we'll find out more about his past. Unlike other characters, Raul's stuff is more what you say to him and how you say it to him determines if he'll get the good ending or not. He doesn't have invisible count. He doesn't really have invisible counters, like building up a history, like how Arcade Ganon, Veronica, Boone do. You just have to talk to the right people and talk about them. One of which is in Camp Forlorn Hope. And that is Corporal Sterling. There's only actually one person we cannot talk to yet because we haven't met them yet. So, let's go to Camp Forlorn Hope's main tent. Let us talk to Corporal Sterling.
Howdy. What brings you back? Used to be...
So, we just need to go through everything else. How'd you manage to escape? Now we talk to Raul. Talk to.
What can I do for you, boss?
I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
Questions, boss? You mean you don't know everything there is to know already?
Can you tell me anything about Mr. House? I'm looking for a man who shot me. He wears a checkered coat and carries a shiny pistol. Seen him? Actually, this is... I never actually have gotten Raul before I ended up doing the entire quest line for the main story, like, to a certain point. So, this is actually interesting.
Sure, boss. I saw lots of guys like that while I was held prisoner by an insane super mutant in an isolated mountain fortress. Can you narrow it down?
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
Just a little bit, boss. Nah, I haven't seen him. Sounds like a city slicker, though. Might try looking on the strip.
Right.
Got a second to talk, boss?
Okay, now at Proctor's.
Meeting Corporal Sterling. Well, it kind of got me thinking. Here's a guy that's been beat all to hell, right? I mean, he could have retired from the service, but instead he signs back on and does what he can. You think he did the right thing?
Now, Raul, it's certain things that you have to say to him determine it. So I need to see Raul. Raul Tejada. Raul Tejada. Show me the quest line I want. Because I need to know what exactly to say to him. I know, Raul, I'm not really saying things. Okay, what quest line is it? I need the quest line for him.
Yeah, because I'm just in the wiki.
As am I.
Quests. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Old school ghoul and Corporal Sterling and Ranger Andy.
It's old school ghoul. Right, activating the quest. Raul Tejada, the ghoul handyman found captive at Black Mountain, must be in the courier's active companion when the player character initiates dialogue with Ranger Andy, Corporal Sterling, and Loyal. Loyal is the only one we haven't met yet. We can actually deal with him in a little bit. What do I do? Right. Where's the one that I'm supposed to talk to him? Which one's the option that makes it proper? Shoot. No, not old vaquero. Alright. I think he's doing good, devoted to a duty. More people should act like him. The NCR put a lot of time and money into his training. It might seem harsh that a soldier can't do his job properly with those limitations. With those injuries, he's nothing but a drain on resources. He should retire. I think it's good that he's devoted to his duty. More people should act that way.
You think so, boss? Because I remember a time when a lot of people stuck to their duty no matter what. It ended with nuclear bombs falling on my hometown.
You talking about the Great War? What do you remember about it?
I grew up in a place called Hidalgo Ranch, just outside Mexico City. It wasn't much, just a bit of a farm, with a house for 3 generations of Tejada. I wasn't the best behaved kid. I was quick with my hands, with a pistol or a wrench. And I wasn't afraid to get into fights over it. I never killed anybody, but I had my share of run-ins with the police. Mostly my family kept me in line. This was before the war. We were far enough away from Mexico City when the bombs fell that we missed the worst of it. But things got bad quick.
Go on.
Just a few days after Mexico City was vaporized, refugees started pouring down the road to our ranch. We helped who we could, but there were so many. Eventually, my father started turning people away before we ran out of food. Things got violent. My father and I got our guns, and we drove them off.
What happened then?
About 24 men came back in the night after we'd gone to sleep. They set fire to the ranch house and barred the doors from the outside. My whole family was trapped inside. I smelt the smoke, and I got myself and my little sister Rafaela out through a window. But everyone else, my parents, my grandmother, my 2 brothers, and 2 of my sisters, all died.
What happened then?
Rafaela and I ran. We were pursued by some of the men who attacked our home, but I was always a good shot. The ones who came after us, I killed. The rest, I left be. I had to take care of Rafaela, not throw my life away on revenge.
And you blame yourself for this? You can't think it was your fault. No one could stand against a dozen armed men alone. Anyone stupid enough not to set a watch deserved what they got. Yeah, not doing that last one.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that for all my skills with a pistol, I couldn't help them. Anyway, that was weighing on my mind. Thanks for letting me get it out in the open, boss.
All right. So, already Raul has a tragic story.
I'll say.
It only gets worse. So, now we need to go and talk to Ranger Andy. Right, and let us go and talk to Ranger Andy. He should be inside this house. Mr. Andy, how you doing?
Welcome. We haven't met yet. You must be new in town. I'm Andy.
What do you do here, Andy?
Right now, a whole lot of sitting on my keister and counting cracks in the ceiling. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. On better days, I help keep the peace. Boone and Vargas watch the road. I watch the town. Tell myself I'm doing some good.
You're with the NCR, right?
Was with them. That was back when my arm and leg used to work better. I still like to pretend I'm a ranger, though. I'll check in with the guys up at the station pretty regular on the ham radio. Sometimes they stop by, tell me they're paying their respects, the smug bastards. They haven't been responding to me last couple days. I guess they got tired of hearing me talk, but it still got me a little worried. Hell, listen to me talk, like some damn mother hen.
Feel better if I checked on the NCR friends for you?
No. They're gonna think I'm having trouble letting go. They're good soldiers. I don't give them enough credit.
All right, tell me about the Rangers.
They're the NCR's finest. A one-man platoon, each of them. You got a job where even thinking about it would scare a man senseless? That's when you bring in the Rangers. And if you see a squad of veterans, guys who are in their black armor, well, you won't find a more beautiful sight. Yeah, twice. Actually, the first time, it was more like half my body. Knocked me out of the Rangers. This time, it's mostly just reminded me how useless I've gotten.
What happened?
A few years back, we get a tip that some Legion slavers were holed up in this burnt-out house a few clicks from where we were stationed. We get there and it's deserted. No sign anyone's been there. I mean, nothing. As we're leaving, I hear something behind me. I turn around and there's this kid, just skin and bone, and he's looking up at us and he's scared half to death. Been hiding in a closet.
What did you do?
I go to grab him out of there and I notice he's holding something in his hand. Something metal. He shuts himself back in the closet, and that's when I see the grenade he's left by my feet. They do it a lot, the Legion, using kids. They know we'll hesitate. Anyway, that was the first time. Second time, I fell down those stairs in front of the motel, just in case I got to thinking I'd put it all behind me.
Your body's injured, not your mind. You're not kidding yourself with if you think you're useless.
People don't exactly line up to find out what's in my head. Can't remember the last time someone suggested I knew something worth knowing. You know, maybe there's something I can do for you. Since you've gone to all the trouble of flattering a crippled old soldier, there's a move we have in the Rangers for knocking an opponent off his feet. Saved my butt a bunch of times, maybe it will for you too. Let me show you how it's done.
And we learned a new unarmed technique, the Ranger Takedown. You've learned the Ranger Takedown special move. This technique initiates a power attack while moving backwards. You'll drop your opponent to the ground. Basically, I do a swipe kick. Right? Now, why don't we talk to Raul again?
What can I do for you, boss?
Right? Nothing else right now.
What can I do for you, boss?
That's weird. He should be activating it. Andy, I need ya.
You'll get the hang of that takedown.
Alright, we'll check on Ranger Station Charlie. Maybe... There we go.
Hey, boss. Can I ask you something?
Sure, what's on your mind?
What do you think of guys like Ranger Andy?
What do you mean, guys like Ranger Andy? I think he's a hero of the NCR. He seems like a decent guy. He's a pathetic waste of space. Wow, they really hammer in the evil, you're an asshole options.
I mean, guys who have a world of experience doing what they do would have to give it up because they're getting old and slow or too injured.
Even after a crippling injury, a guy like Andy is tougher and more dangerous than most men alive. He didn't have to give it up. He's just scared he doesn't have what it takes anymore. Just because he's crippled doesn't mean they're useless. All the experience is invaluable. I think it's good he retired. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm thinking of either just because someone's crippled doesn't mean they're useless. All the experience is invaluable. Or even after a crippling injury, a guy like Ranger Andy is tougher and more dangerous than most men alive.
Is it like hyper specific? Which one do you choose?
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get Raul to get his other special outfit that will get him a really good ending. So I'm trying to see. Let me see. Alright, I think I'll go with even after a crippling injury, a guy like Ranger, and he's tougher and more dangerous than most men alive.
Maybe, yeah. I guess you got a point there.
We're not just talking about Ranger Andy, are we?
Not really, boss. No. After the fire, I knew my sister and I couldn't stay at Hidalgo Ranch anymore. The refugees still wanted me dead. They even put a bounty on me. I remember how scared Rafaela was. I told her if she came with me, we'd see the vaqueros. She used to love the rodeo, especially the trick ride. We figured maybe we could find help in Mexico City. We were young. We didn't know what had happened, really. We didn't understand about the bombs.
Wasn't Mexico City basically annihilated in the Great War?
I don't think it was as hard hit as D.C. or Bakersfield. bad enough. By the time we got there, the city was a radioactive ruin. Still, the city was full of looters, already forming into the beginnings of raider tribes. Crime was bad before the war, but now it was a nightmare. We were living like scavengers, scraping by on what little food we could find, always looking for medicine for my burns. And then, of course, the radiation started to kick in, turning me into this handsome devil you see before you.
Sounds pretty bad.
You're a poet of understatement, boss. But there were moments it was almost worth it. I still remember finding that novelty costume shop. I was just looking around for something I could slice up to wrap my burns when I saw the vaquero outfit hanging on the rack, like it hadn't been touched. I took it, not like anybody else needed it, you know, and wore it back to our camp. Rafaela laughed, for the first time since the bombs had fallen.
Wasn't it dangerous to be dressed so noticeably?
It was. I started to build up a legend. Sometimes it headed off trouble, but most of the times it just started more. Young punks looking to prove themselves would come looking for me, but my eyes were sharp and my guns were quick. For a while, it seemed like we might even survive there, until Rafaela.
Go on, what happened to Rafaela?
She went out to find some food one day. I was sick, so I stayed at our camp. I guess it must have been the beginning of radiation poisoning. Anyway, it was supposed to be safe, but some raiders happened to pass through where she was scavenging. I won't speak of what they did to her. When I found her body, the only way to recognize her was this funny little scar on her knee from when she was a little girl.
That's terrible.
Terrible doesn't begin to cover it, boss. I let my whole family down. First the ranch, now Rafaela. I was the last Tejada. I guess maybe I went a little crazy then. I took my guns and went back to that market. I didn't have many bullets, but I had enough. After the raiders were dead, I salvaged what I could from the store. I was tired. I just wanted to be alone forever.
So what did you do?
I left Mexico City behind. I made my way out to the Gulf Coast. Eventually, I found an old Petro Chico refinery nobody had claimed. I stayed there for a little while, and I thought a lot about my life. I thought about the guns I'd lived by and what they'd gotten.
Whoops.
I decided my guns hadn't gotten
Oh,
me
well.
anything, and it was time to give it up. I took off the old vaquero outfit and put
Not
on
again.
the Petro Chico jumpsuit. The name tag said Miguel, so I started using the name myself. Eventually, I made it to Arizona. That's another story, boss.
So, that's... I feel bad for Raul. Like, his entire life came crashing down.
It really did, more than once.
Yep. But there's still one more person we need to talk to, and that is a man named Loyal, who happens to be in this area. This is going to be fun. We're going into boomer territory.
Also, I sent you a little thing that might help. The guide, sorry, I'm coughing in the background.
No worries. That mad Brahmin almost killed all these little mole ratties. Okay, Raul. It's about time we head on off to the boomers.
What's the boomers?
The boomers are a tribe that is very isolationist. That are in Nellis Air Force Base. And have heavy artillery.
Oh, so that was an Air Force base.
Yep. The Nellis Air Force Base. Thing is, though, we gotta get to the boomers. And let's just say it's kind of difficult. We're gonna have to run fast.
Oh dear.
Because they will send off bombardment shards after us. Beep boop.
You're stocked up on, like, healing and bullets, right?
Oh, no. Bullets aren't necessary. Healing is actually a good point.
Just want to make sure we actually have supplies this time before we get ourselves stuck in a mountain.
I got 18 stim packs. We're fine. And now we're also going to hear one of my favorite lines in this game. What we got to do, there is a location over here, and there will be a man. A man who we're going to gamble with. Right, get over here to the Fields Shack. See what we can make. We can make some Brahmin steak. There's a man up there. I should save. It's been a while since I've saved. I'll do that. And I gotta actually have both Raul and Beep Boop stay.
Okay, boss. I'll just wait here, alone, while my heavily armed companion goes out of earshot. I'm sure nothing will happen.
I love how sarcastic Raul is. He's also not the most sarcastic companion we get. That's the great part. So, here's the man.
Whoa there, pal. You better slow down, or you'll get blown up like the rest of the idiots who thought they'd scavenge in Boomer territory. Now that I've got your attention, might you be interested in a little information? It'll cost you, but it's well worth the investment.
You can tell me, or you can tell the underside of my boot.
Whoa, simmer down. I'll tell you, I'm a gambler and a scavenger. I've made some cash from gambling and some cash from reclaiming goods that are no longer being used. Now, do you want my help or not?
Thanks for the warning. What's going on past these signs?
Oh, lordy, lordy. You haven't heard of the Boomers? What rock have you been living under? They're a bunch of artillery-slinging, grenade-lobbing odd jobs camping out in Nellis. Wander into their territory and you're as good as mincemeat.
Is there a way to get past?
There is a way, and I'll tell you. For a little wager.
Wager. Let's hear it.
Well, I know the secret to get past. If you give me the caps, I'll tell you. If you make it back alive, I'll double your money.
300 caps, a bit short right now. How about 200?
All right. I suppose I can cut you a deal, but not a cap lower. I gotta make a living here. Okay, here you go. That page has the details, but it's all in the timing as you move from building to building. I'll be here watching, so I'll know if you've made it to the gate or not. Remember, I'll pay double your wager if you make it back.
Alright, so artillery timing details. I could do that, or I could do what I'm going to be doing. What I'm going to be doing is fun. First things first, let me get all of these notes read. Alright, first things first, we got to take off all of our clothes. Except for the hat. Need the hat.
We aren't going to be running through a minefield like a naked chicken, are we?
Sorta. It's not really a minefield. Wait, hold on. Don't launch the artillery yet, boomers. Hold your horses. Fire when we're ready!
What was that?
This is artillery. I made it. So I didn't run like a chicken with my head cut off. I ran from mortars.
You still pulled a dirty birdie.
That I did. And now I put on my clothes because I feel naked. Because I am. And then I lied to them saying, "How?" Because they're going to go, "How did you get past you? I had you in my sights the whole time." Oh, simple. I ran like hell because I knew what would happen if I didn't. Welcome to Nellis Air Force Base.
Hold it right there. Don't you move. How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
Simple. Run, hide, run. It's all in the timing.
But I had you zeroed in the whole time. Nobody's that fast. Move a muscle now and I'll blow you to pieces.
I didn't come here to attack you.
Then just stay where you are. Raquel will be here any second.
I'll take this from here. I'm Raquel, Master-at-Arms for the Nellis homeland. Mother Pearl, our eldest, wishes to speak to you.
All right, lead the way.
Follow close and mind your behavior.
Welcome, child. Took your sweet time getting here, didn't you? I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit.
You didn't exactly roll out the red carpet.
Those howitzers of ours aren't just for entertainment, child. Explosive ordnance is what keeps the savages at a distance. Except you. There's something special about you, child, and it was the howitzers that gave you a chance to show it.
How may I be of assistance?
Oh, so many ways. Small ones to begin with, so we can get used to what it's like to have a outsider around and about. Should that go well, maybe you can help in big ways, too. We'll have to see.
How can we trust each other if you're going to be keeping secrets?
You have to keep in mind that you're our first contact with the outside world since I was barely a woman. Seclusion has kept us safe, but the world around us is changing. Neon lights in the distance, patrolling robots, soldiers. My youngers think our guns can keep out the world, but I think we need to let it in just a little, or become its victim. You're that little bit of the world, child. Welcome to Nellis.
Where do I start?
You picked a good time to stop by, for we're swimming in problems. My youngers can tell you all about it. Raquel could use help with the bug problem. Doc Argyle has wounded he's tending to. And Loyal and Jack might be looking for help with some repairs. Or you could just go see Pete at the museum and hear the story of our people. All you have to do there is listen. Come and go as you like, help or don't help, I leave it up to you. But I hope you'll show my youngers that not every outsider needs to be blown up.
I can take care of that robot problem for you. Just saying.
Hey. Don't you dare talk about my beep boop.
Mother Pearl's instructions are clear.
You will not talk about the baby in front of us.
You will not say that he is a problem. He is a precious child.
Don't abuse them.
Right?
Long story short, the power failed a few days ago because giant ants have tunneled into the generator room and set up a nest. I led a team down to exterminate them, but there were so many of them. We lost. 2 killed, 3 wounded. Personally, I think it's more than a savage can handle. But if you want to kill those ants and switch the power back on, feel free.
I can handle a few ants.
Sure, anyone can. But there's more than a few down there. See for yourself. One other thing. The ants must be eating gunpowder from the munitions down there, or something. They exploded when hit by a flamethrower. One of us was using a laser pistol. Same thing. Bullets seem okay. Just don't hit the artillery shells. Loyal's been working on some kind of weapon to use against them. Maybe you should check with him.
All right. So Loyal might have something. All right. So Mother Pearl, I need to do something real quick. I need your duck and cover book. Where is it? 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 There it is. Taking that. Going over this way. Hiding in the corner. Now to consume your book. Already she trusts me. And I have taken what she holds dear. Her explosives book.
That didn't take very long.
It raises my boom boom. I need it. Because there's only a limited number of them in the game. Alright. So now Loyal is located inside of Nellis Air Force Base. He is... Hey, you leave Raul alone. He's a good guy. A good guy who's about to get his, like, spirit back. Okay, so the Nellis hangars is where I needed to go. So now I just need to get my boys back. Need to get my beep boop. I need to get my you know, ghoul manservant. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? There they are. Beep boop. Follow me. Raul.
What can I do for you, boss?
I need you to... Let's get going. And now let's also hear my favorite line in this game. When we go and talk to the guy who, like, you know, we ended up gambling with.
With our chicken dance.
Yep.
You're the first one to make it through alive, let alone manage a return trip.
I believe you said you would double my money.
Yep. Here are your caps.
Make it 700 caps or I'll tell the boomers to adjust their trajectory.
You drive a hard bargain. Here you go. Have a nice day.
There we go. We got 700 caps. George is just trying to make a living. But that living is not what I need. Right. So let us find Loyal. Loyal should be over this way inside here. He's always inside the hangar during the daytime. And there he is. The old man himself. Loyal.
I hope Pearl knows what she's doing, letting you wander around Nellis as you please.
I'm looking to make myself useful.
If that's so, how about you look into repairing the solar arrays on the roof of the generator building? Nothing too complicated about it, but it's a long ways to walk my old bones, and there's been that ant problem over near there. You can't miss the array. It's on top of the generator building smack dab in the middle of Nellis, between the two runways.
Where should I look for spare parts?
If we had spare parts, do you think I'd be asking you to fix the damn things? That's rich. No, we ran out of spares a while back, and Jack and I have been doing our best to patch the arrays up as best we can. Sadly, we're at our wits' end. There have to be spare parts somewhere around the wasteland, but I just don't know where to direct you. You may have noticed we don't get out much. No, those aren't for outsiders to use. Leave them alone. Well, if you genuinely care so much, they're flight simulators. If you don't know our history yet, you should see Pete and get the tour. We dream to one day rule the skies.
Raquel said you were working on some sort of weapon to fight the giant ants.
I started building a sonic emitter that might do the trick, but it's useless without knowing the exact frequency that would kill the ants.
Right, so now we can do science or speech. Any signal over 22,000 hertz or at 150 or more decibels should do the trick. Think about a field test, a trial run. So, science.
Hot damn, you're right. It's a matter of boosting across those thresholds, not exact amplitude. You're smarter than you look. Just so happens I was testing it at 24,000 hertz, so it should be good to go. Place it near their nest and cross your fingers. Signal's too high for people to hear, so no harm done. But it might make you feel sick to your stomach.
All right.
What can I do for you, boss?
Nothing, Raul.
That's a good thing to see, huh, boss?
What are you talking about?
That Loyal guy. He's getting up there in years, but he still finds a way to make himself useful to his people. If you ask me, that's better than withering away all alone or holding on to some faded piece of glory from your past.
Lawyer's using his years of knowledge to help his tribe. I think that's a noble goal. At least he knew when to step back and started taking it easy. A lot of people don't. I suppose if you're happy with that kind of life, it's not so bad. So Loyal's using his years of knowledge to help his tribe.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What's on your mind?
Old history, boss. I left everything when I left Mexico. My home, my family, my name, even my face. I know it's surprising, boss, but I wasn't always this handsome. As far as the world knows, I was Miguel, and I was okay with that. I headed north for a while, and ended up in Tucson. Not Tucson, by the way. Things were good there. Well, maybe not good, but better than Mexico City anyway. I found myself a little shack, started fixing things.
Fixing things?
Oh, sure, boss. I was always good at fixing things. Some I fixed for the town, some I fixed for other people, some I fixed just for the hell of it. It's a better way to use your hands than killing. And even then, I wasn't getting any younger or faster. I lived there for a long time, kept to myself, didn't get into any fights. Hell, the only reason I even kept my guns oiled was professional pride.
Why aren't you still there then?
Getting there, boss. I'd been in Tucson. The locals can call it Tucson all they want, but it's Tucson, damn it. About 75 years when she showed up. Prettiest thing you ever saw, boss. Maybe it was just a trick of my senile brain, but I swear she looked just like my Rafaela. Her name, Claudia. She ended up taking work at one of the brothels in town. I never went to her, of course. How could I? But I looked after her in my own way.
What happened with her?
This was a long time ago, before Caesar's Legion pacified Arizona and brought the raider tribes to heel. A tribe came into Tucson one day. More a gang, really. Dirty Dave and his 6 brothers. They were looking for bullets, and I sold some to them. I figured if I did that, they'd leave town before they tore it up too much.
But they didn't, did they?
No, boss. No, they didn't. As I was saying, I hoped they'd leave the town in peace. Instead, they decided to stop at Claudia's brothel to take the edge off. I don't know which one of them got rowdy first, but by the time I heard the screams and got my guns, it was too late. They shot up the brothel, killed 4 girls, and taken Claudia for their sport.
Did you rescue her?
I went after Dave and his brothers. They had a head start. They slept nights. I didn't. It took me 3 days to catch up to them. Claudia was dead when I got there. They put a bullet in each of her eyes. I couldn't do anything except avenge her, just like Rafael. I charged into the middle of their camp and started firing. 2 of them were dead before they knew I was there. The other 5, though, they shot the shit out of me. I would have died, I think, if I wasn't so full of rage.
How did you survive?
By being a meaner old cuss than the rest of them, boss. I wanted to keep living until they weren't. So I just kept shooting until they were all dead. I was in pretty bad shape in the end, though. I don't know how long I laid there, with the sun baking me and the buzzards chomping at me. Eventually, I got the strength to start moving. Some long time after that, I managed to drag my carcass back to town.
What happened then?
When I recovered, more or less anyways, I left Tucson and headed west. I ran into Tabitha at Black Mountain, and well, the rest you know. I swore I was done with the gunslinging life. I was too old, too slow, and too beat up to protect anyone anymore. I thought I was done forever, but after traveling with you, I realized I've always had my doubts.
Doubts? About what?
About whether I still had what it took to carry my pistols proudly, to use them to do what's right. And now that I've been traveling with you for a while, you made me realize that I could still do that. Maybe I'm not as tough as I used to be, but my brains can make up for that. And my hands are still quick enough. It's time to put the guns back on.
Alright, and so here we go. You can end up choosing if you have a speech of 66. I don't think that's a good idea. You should focus on your mechanical skills instead. But depending on what choices you ended up choosing for Raul with the other 2 members that we ended up meeting, he will end up deciding, okay, I will become a full-time mechanic, or I'll become the vaquero again. And it's always good to make him the vaquero again, because he gets a really good ending. So, I think that's a great idea, Raul, and I hope you put them to good use with me.
You can bet on that, boss.
So, Raul has gained the Old Vaquero perk, which increases his rate of fire with revolvers and lever-action firearms by 33%. And he wears the Vaquero outfit now.
Is that maize up there?
Yes. Yes, it is. No, it's a feather.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was corn from my... Sorry.
I thought it was...
stereotypical, but I legitimately thought it was corn.
To be fair, it kind of looked like it in that lighting. So, as you can see, Raul is now a changed man. He has his doubts, but he's adamant. So, mark that as another side quest complete. So, Raul,
What can I do for you, boss?
I need you to go back to... I think I need to head on without you.
Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
I think it's for the best.
That's why you're the boss. You always make the right decision. I'll just head home. Home to my lonely abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere.
Hello.
Don't worry. I will be recruiting everyone and bringing them back to a new house we will be getting in the New Vegas Strip later. So, that's 2 companions that have gotten their good endings secured. I think it's time for Beep Boop to get his.
Oh, our little baby gets to go on his quest.
A little baby gets to get himself modified. So, Eddie, my love. Eddie appears to have some Enclave logs stored that is triggered by some keywords. What we can do in the meantime, we can go to the I-88 trading post, and we're going to get another companion who is a lot of fun. I really like her. I mentioned her earlier, and that was Veronica.
Okay.
So she'll be with us, and then we'll get my Beep Boop to go on his quest.
No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
I love this. Good Springs. The Grave. I'm not entirely sure. None of your business. I'm going to go with the Grave, because I kind of did come from the Grave. I got shot in the head, and then brought back to life.
Huh. Well, in that case, I take it back. You look pretty good, given the circumstances. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground.
You live in a hole in the ground?
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way. But I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and supplies for my family. Whatever they need.
So you just leave your family in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level?
Go ahead.
I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them?
Alright, so we have intelligence sec. They're usually harmless unless you have advanced technology around them. They're enemies of the NCR. If you know where they are, you should turn them in. Never choose this option. They've got the right idea. I know who they are, but I don't care about their agenda. Yeah, I know to shoot them on sight. No, really. The Brotherhood of Steel in the Mojave Wasteland actually have... It's not like Fallout 3 where the Brotherhood of Steel are seen like the goody-goody two-shoes. They help everyone. They're all good. No, this is more aligned with the original Brotherhood of Steel, which is they are the remnants of the U.S. military, and they want to prevent another nuclear apocalypse, so they will hoard all the technology that would cause it and either destroy it or keep and preserve it for future generations. But they're very restrictive. So we'll go with the intelligence.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me. I can't afford anything like that. Hey, so where are you headed anyway?
The Strip, Hoover Dam, going to see an old friend. I go where I'm needed. I just kind of drift from place to place. What's it to you? I go where I'm needed.
Guess we have that in common then. I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like she can really handle herself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together. Help each other out.
You don't look like much. What do you bring to the table? Where are you hoping to go? Don't you have to feed a family to feed? Okay, let's travel together.
Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them. I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay bringing me along?
Actually, I'm more comfortable knowing that you've had some training.
I'm great at punching people. I'm not gonna lie. It's a gift. Well,
So Veronica has
thanks
given
for
you the
taking a
scribe
chance on a
assistance part.
naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Let's hit the road, huh?
She is a melee-focused companion. She punches things.
A melee-focused companion who is former this world's equivalent of the CIA.
No, it's more U.S. military, more Marines. CIA people were more of the Enclave. In fact, I think she actually has something to say when you have Eddie with you.
What's up?
I have some questions I wanted to ask you.
He was dead when I got there.
Tell me about the Brotherhood of Steel. You know anything about New Vegas? What do you think of the NCR? What do you think about Caesar's Legion? Oh, you'll love her thoughts about Caesar's Legion.
Silliest dressed band of raping, slaving marauders you'll see east of California. I'll say that. Where's that touch of old world class? Although, I hear the soldiers mount each other as much as they mount their women, so maybe they did keep a little something from the Empire. No such privilege for the women, though. Figures.
Ouch.
So, to answer your question, they're a bunch of hypocritical jerkwads. It's a word.